Hello, so today I wanted to do a video that's gonna be very fun for me and hopefully as fun for you, and that is a little mini plant haul. I got some new plants. I have so many plants, and I thought I would show you these and maybe the ones over here at my sink if I have time or feel like it. I will be drinking a Diet Coke. I also wanted to show you these crackers. They are, I'm going to zoom out, these Craze guava crackers. They're so good. They're guava corn. So, okay, my Diet Coke's going to make a noise. So the first thing I do when I get new plants home is I spray them in case they have pests. So this is a bottle that used to have fertilizer from my local plant store, the Plant Shop Chicago, and it used to have that. I used it a long time ago. It now has a 50-50 mixture of rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol and water. So the alcohol will burn or evaporate very quickly. Oops, it was kind of open. Put it in the sink. The alcohol will evaporate fairly quickly when you spray it onto the plants, but the water will remain, but it will kill things like mealybugs or like not so much thrips, but it'll kill mealybug, scale, things like that, pests that live on the plant. And then I water the plant with a little bit of like 3 parts water to 1 part hydrogen peroxide, and the hydrogen peroxide will kill any pests that are living in the soil, like thrips or fungus gnats. So that's just a tip to prevent pests, because there's always a risk when you bring home new plants. So these first 4 are from BWH plants. This one just came in a little nursery pot, and then I put it in this little cache pot, which is how I prefer to keep all my plants in nursery pots inside of cache pots. This one's actually kind of dry. I need to water it. This is a little mini Ficus Shaveriana. It's so beautiful, or sometimes known as a moonlight ficus plant. It has this beautiful variegation. I'm in my kitchen right now, by the way. So I have a bunch of other ficuses. In fact, I should just show you this one while we're at it. So I wanted to kind of round out my ficus collection. Obviously, I have a fiddle leaf fig, that's not obvious, but that's one of the most popular ficuses. I also have is that a pest? Okay, no, it's just a white spot. I have a ruby rubber tree, and I have a Taneke rubber tree, or Taneke, I'm not sure, but it's like a green, white, and pink variegation. So I don't have a burgundy rubber tree yet, which is what this one is. It's not even really burgundy, it just has these really dark, deep leaves. But because of there's some red when the leaves come in, and as they get bigger with more sun exposure, they will turn more of like a red burgundy. So that's why it's known as a burgundy rubber tree. I love the really dark leaves, so that one's great. And then obviously the Shaveriana, which is this very distinct variegated one, sometimes known as a moonlight rubber tree. So I got 2 of these ficuses from BWH plants to kind of round out my ficus collection. I also got, because they had it on sale, a little 2.5 inch Monstera Thai Constellation. These can be very expensive. I actually already have one from them too. I have a 4-inch one. I accidentally broke off one of the leaves as I was taking it out of the packaging. That's okay, because there's a new leaf growing right here. So they've obviously been sprayed down with something for pests other than just my spray. This is a fairly new leaf, because you can tell because it's lighter. But the Monstera is like a Monstera deliciosa, but so like a Swiss cheese plant, the one that has those holes in it. But the Thai constellation has this very beautiful variegation to it. I hope you can see that. These little spots and dots in this kind of like milky white cream color. So it's a very beautiful plant. So always good to have. They can be very expensive. So the bigger that they get, you can take cuttings off of them, and then you can always sell those. I also got from BWH Plants, this one is also kind of dry, a $9.99 mystery plant, and they sent me this one. I think it's called Ripicicordia or something like that. It starts with an RH. It's also known as a dragon tail monstera, even though it's not actually in the monstera family. So the more mature leaves get this beautiful fenestration, meaning that as they grow, they actually grow with these cutouts. Even fenestrated plants don't grow with fenestrated leaves. A lot of the time they start out with whole leaves, and as they get older, the leaves get more fenestrated. So it looks to me like there's actually two little plants in here. One right here that's not as mature because none of the leaves are fenestrated, and one back here that is more mature because even brand new leaves like this light green one are fenestrated. So maybe I'll separate it, or maybe I'll just keep it as it is. I like to keep them for at least probably a month as they are, unless they seem to be really suffering, so that they have plenty of time to acclimate and they don't have transfer shock while adapting to a new home, plus new soil, plus a new pot. They may as well just get used to my house or my condo, my little condo here first, and then when they're acclimated, maybe I can, repot them. So this one was from California Tropicals on Amazon. This is a fairly difficult plant to find. You can find it on Etsy, and you can find it in a couple places, but it can be difficult to find. Of course, right as I bought one, I found one on Hertz Gardens, HIRTS, which is a place that I shop from sometimes online. But this is a cast iron plant, and this is a variety called Milky Way or Galaxy. Either one, it refers to the same thing. It's a cast iron plant, has been around and popular since the Victorian times because they're extremely hard to kill. They prefer lower light conditions, so they require a lot less light, and you can get them cold, you can forget to water them, you can water them too much, and they tend to be very, very hardy plants that are hard to kill, much like a snake plant, and they kind of even look like a snake plant. But a regular cast iron plant just has green leaves. The bigger they get, the darker they get. This one has these beautiful white spots, kind of like scattered little freckles almost, and that's why it's called either a Milky Way or a Galaxy cast iron plant, or Aspidistra, Aspidistra, I believe. Aspidistra. So I'm really excited. I got this one on Amazon, like I said, from California Tropicals. Different plant stores ship through Amazon, including Hertz, actually. And this was $20 for a 4-inch one. These can be kind of expensive because cast iron plants, despite being very hardy, are extremely slow growing plants. So to grow one this size would have taken them a long time, so it's going to cost more. But I'm excited to have it. I'm going to put it in my bedroom, which is a little lower light. And then I got a couple new, let's get them over here. A couple new succulents and cacti. 2 of them are not yet in from Rooted. 2 of them are cuttings that I haven't received yet. So Peruvian apple cactus cutting and a Montrose cactus cutting. And these are way too wet because I just watered them and they arrived kind of wet. But I'm going to repot them because the soil that they arrived in was just way too wet. But anyway, this one, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I got these from Rooted, and I've often had issues with my plants that I've gotten from there. I've gotten some great plants from there, but I've had a lot of issues. And in this case, I paid specifically for winter shipping so that they would have a heating pack in the box, and they did not include it, and it's freezing here in Chicago right now. So these feel very cold, and they're succulents, so they shouldn't. I'm going to contact them and tell them, but there is still new growth coming here. This is called, but it is losing leaves, so that's a problem for me. This is a Madagascar palm. It's not really a palm, it's just called that, but it has this really interesting spiky, sharp center with all these leaves that grow out of it, and they can get really tall and look almost like a tree. And then this one is called it's a type of euphorbia, or African milk tree cactus. It's another succulent, not a cactus, but it's this really beautiful succulent that has these like reddish purple leaves on the side, and it also is fast growing and can grow really tall. So I'm excited for both of these. I need to repot them. But yeah, I really like these guys. So and then since I have a little time, I will show you my plants over here by my kitchen window. This is not a plant at all. It's actually a hand sanitizer holder from Bath and Body Works. This is a little cutting of some plant that I'm not sure. It came with another cutting that I got, which I'll show you in a second. But I have it up here trying to propagate it. This is the only surviving cutting from a Peperomia frost that I'm trying to root. I have a couple of these little terrariums that I made. This just has a little bit of moss in there and a little rock. Same with this one, although this one actually has a lichen in there. I don't know if you can see the red lichen in there. It's this little thing over there. They grow on the side of trees. This is a, this is a pothos that I'm trying to chop and propagate. It's not doing well, as you can see, but hopefully it'll regrow over time. It takes a while. Same with this Christmas cactus. I have two of these right here. The plant wasn't doing well, so I just decided to chop it up and re-root it and repropagate it. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do. Here's another little jar I'm using as a terrarium to grow live moss in. This is a cutting from my dragon tree, my marginata dragon tree. You can see that the leaves have, here, don't mind my sink, the leaves have these green with the pink stripes on the side. So it's actually a tricolor marginata tree because there's white in there as well. And so I just picked the top of the cuttings off, trying to reroot it. This is a cutting from my philodendron micans. These leaves are a little bit velvety and really beautiful, and it has rooted in here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. I'm just growing this one in glass, and we have a couple new leaves over there, so that's good. Oops, sorry about that. This is a Cebu blue pothos that was struggling, and much like my other pothos up there, this one looked, on this side over here, looked basically dead for a really long time, and now you can see it actually has some new growth on there. So never give up. And this is the one that this other little cutting that I'm not sure what it is came with. These are cuttings from Poshmark that I got for super cheap. They're these snake plant cuttings. And then all of these bottles have these things that I got that have these little like tubes of dirt with little seeds. Let's see if they're growing. Not yet. This one has parsley. This one's dill. This one is, oh no, this one's dill. This one is cosmos, which is like an edible flower. Marigold, zinnias, and more parsley in these little glass bottles. Just in old Jarritos, Coke, or Martinelli's bottles that I have. Over here next to my sink, I have some Cebu Blue Pothos cuttings that are in water. This one isn't doing so hot, but then that's why I cut it in the first place. This is another one of those snake plant cuttings. I did half in soil and half in water. And then this is a little Monstera Adansonii. You can see this one's also fenestrated. It hadn't been doing well, so I repotted it, chopped and propped it, and it's doing better. This is a leaf from my Monstera deliciosa that I dried. I pressed it in a book, and then I painted it and put glitter on it. And so it was a dead leaf that now is art forever. And then on this side of my sink, I have this little grow light under here, or two of them, I guess. And then I have some cuttings of basil. When the basil gets too high, I cut it down and then reroot it in water and then replant it back in. This is some mint that's growing. You can see little sprouts in there. I'm putting these glasses on here to keep the humidity in while they continue to sprout. Oh my gosh, I've already broken a glass doing this, so I don't want to break this one. This one is cilantro. It has a sprout that's grown, so you can possibly see. This one is more mint. It has not sprouted. It's getting a little moldy. Not sure about that one. This is more cilantro. You can see some sprouts over there. This is lemon balm. I did not start these sprouts in here. I just put them in here, and my dad's girlfriend loves lemon balm, so I'm gonna give her this vase with these plants in it for her birthday, which is coming up in a couple weeks. And this is a palm seed that I'm trying to sprout, so we'll see if that grows into a palm tree. And then above my sink up here, I have all these air plants. So I have like a couple, I can think these are called Butzii, or this one. This is like a Medusae air plant. This is like a silver queen, I think, or something like that. I'm not really sure. I've had most of these guys for well over a year. Some of them for, like this guy, for 2 years. They're really happy. This one I can't even remove from the thing anymore, the holder. I just water it in this metal holder because it's completely wrapped itself around it. This one's getting there as well. So those are the plants, and then these are my new ones. And I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing my plants. Thank you.